The Prussian, a Phishy reimagining of Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven. Once upon a Jersey midnight, while I lounged beneath the moonlight, over a friendly and so helpful volume of forgotten lore. While I polished metals proudly, suddenly a thud came loudly, as of someone knocking soundly, knocking at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door, "only this and nothing more." I sit still and mull it over. It was in the bleak October, jack-o'-lanterns casting ghostly shadows on the floor. For the sunrise I was pleading. Vainly I had started reading, saddened eyes with tears were beating, pining for the land of yore. For the green and pristine land of lizards I had seen before, gameless here forevermore. And the silken, sad, uncertain wrestlings of my southern curtain shocked my brain and filled it with terrors never felt before. So that now, to still the heart of my beating, I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door, some late visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. That it is, and nothing more." Presently my voice grew firmer, quieting my heart's queer murmur. "Sir," said I, "or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore. For as I sit here deeply thinking, and in musings deeply sinking, when you, like a damsel winking, knock so gently on my door, that I scare was sure I heard you. Here I opened wide the door, darkness there, and nothing more." Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no colonel ever dared to dream before. But although the earth was turning, and my hearth fire ceased its burning, so I stood there, yearning, yearning ever for that land of yore. So I whispered, pleading for the world that I had known before. Silence answered, nothing more. Back into the chamber, sadly, tearful eyes now stinging badly. Soon again I heard a tapping somewhat louder than before. "Ah then," said I, "now I gather that's my flea-hound, who would rather enter here in such a lather. Who has gotten him so sore? Let me turn my ear a moment and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind and nothing more." Open here I flung the shutter when, with many a flirt and flutter, in there stepped a stately Prussian of the wicked days before. Not the least obsedence made he, not a minute stopped or he, but with mien of lordship made he for a perch above my door, perched above a bust of Iculus above my chamber door, perched and sat and nothing more. Then this blackened bird beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, by the regal seeming avaristic countenance it wore. "Though your crown's a feathered ring," I said, "you're surely no such thing, not a ghastly evil king who's wandered in from Prussia's shore. Tell me what thy lordly name is on the evening's murky shore." Quoth the Prussian, "Nevermore." Much I marveled this disturbing speech from creature so perturbing, though its answer little moved me, little relevancy bore. For we know in time eternal that no living knight or colonel was so cursed with such infernal sight above his chamber door. Bird or multi-beast above the bust above his chamber door with such as name as Nevermore. But the Prussian sat there, silence, on the prophet's bust, defiant, with his blackened eyes into my very soul began to bore. And the Prussian simply waited. In my chest a breath was bated, till I scarcely more than stated, "Other things have passed before. On the morrow he will vanish, as once did that land of yore." Then the bird said, "Nevermore." Startled by the air unmuted, and with word uniquely suited, nervously I fumbled for a cloth mop for my worried pores. "Surely," said I, "there are found here birds who have quite a talent quite near, taking sips from words to lips to their ears from the keepers in their stores. This is one who learned to heft the burden that another bore, crying, 'Never, nevermore.'" But the Prussian, still amusing, lulled me into idle musing. Straight I rolled a cushioned rug in front of bird and bust and door. Then upon the velvet waiting, many thoughts began parading, and the fire continued fading with this ominous bird of yore. With this grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt, and ominous bird of yore, meant in croaking, "Nevermore." This I sat engaged in guessing, but no syllable expressing to the fowl whose fiery eyes now burned into my bosom's core. This and more I sat exploring, with the silence ever roaring, while the hourglass still was pouring grains more quickly than before. But whose time would never find the hour when I'd return once more. I shall see it nevermore. Then it seemed a sound came lilting, and my vision started tilting, and it seemed that mockingbirds took flight above the velvet floor. Wretch, I cried, the prophet lent thee, with his friends here he hath sent thee, surely, surely he has meant thee, take these moments of before. Quaff, oh quaff this kind Nepentine, and forget this land of yore. Quote the Prussian, nevermore. Wilson, said I, thing of evil, tyrant still, if bird or devil, whether tempter sent, or whether tempest tossed thee here ashore. Oceans freeze, yet still undaunted, in this northern land I'm haunted. Only one thing I have wanted, tell me, truly I implore. Is there balm for longing? Tell me, I implore. Quoth the Prussian, nevermore. King of Prussia, thing of evil, tyrant still if bird of devil, but that jewel we wish we would love us, by that jewel we both adore. Tell me true if that fair maiden will release my soul so laden. Will it see a verdant glade inside that fabled land of yore? Glimpse a new and radiant morning in the land I knew before? Quoth the Prussian, nevermore. Be that word the last you utter, bird or king, I shrieked and sputtered. Get thee back into the night and back to your own Prussian shore. Leave no feather as a token of that filthy lie you've spoken. Leave my longing still unbroken. Quit the bust above my door. Take that scepter from my heart, and take that crown from off my door. Quoth the Prussian, nevermore. And the Prussian, never fitting, still is sitting on the bust of Iculus that's just above my chamber door. And his eyes have all the malice of that wicked Wilson's palace. I drink from them like a chalice filled with tears like none before. And my soul from under tyrant's rule, there lying on the floor, shall be lifted nevermore.